A few weeks ago, stories by Nigerians deported from the United Arab Emirates went viral on social media. They all had one common story, despite coming from different ethnic backgrounds in Nigeria. They told how they were picked up from their workplaces in taxis. One even said that he was driving a taxi himself when he was stopped and arrested. Some were walking the streets, in their workplaces, in their homes. They all shared one common story, that the UAE authorities that arrested them told them to blame the Nigerian government, that they sanctioned the operation to deport anyone that is Nigerian. Whether the person is documented and legally living in the country or not, they all packed all of them, rushed them into waiting airplanes and deported them back to Nigeria. It didn't seem real at the time. That was why we didn't cover the story when it broke. But come to think of it, why would any government, not just Nigerian government, sanction the arrest and deportation of their citizens from another country? It doesn't matter if the people were living legally in the country or whether they committed any crime. They just sanctioned the deportation of their people. And by the time this happened, people postulated that it might be part of the agreement they had with the UAE authorities to remove the visa ban on Nigerians. It just didn't make any sense. Also, it's difficult sometimes to believe people who were deported because they might say anything to make themselves look clean. You do not have any evidence that proves that they committed any crime or that they did anything that merited them to be deported.
If they come to buy, ask questions, don't go for put call before you put body.
Also, coming from a country known for their strict social laws, they are not exactly a bastion of human rights. Anyway, going by what Tinubu told Nigerian youths, it seems that the stories shared by people that were deported from UAE have a likelihood of being true. He told Nigerian youths to resist the urge to travel abroad for greener pastures. How in the world can someone say this? How unprogressive to tell people not to move to where they will be paid living wages, unlike in Nigeria where the wage can't even take a worker home. As a matter of fact, most people doing menial jobs today are living from hand to mouth. How can someone who left Nigeria for greener pastures in Chicago, United States in the 70s, at a time Nigeria's economy was booming, the naira was so valuable to the extent that it had more value than the dollar? If Tinubu left Nigeria for greener pastures abroad at the time, what will Nigerian youths be doing today when the naira has been so devalued to the extent that it is virtually worthless? Also consider that his family lives abroad. Yes, his children live in New York in million-dollar condominiums. So why are they not all in Nigeria, since everywhere is filled with roses? Everyone should be in Nigeria according to them, working for her success, working for her prosperity. It is sheer wickedness to tell people not to go to where they will be paid higher wages. It's nothing short of wickedness. Even in the United States, in Europe, doctors, professionals move to where they are paid higher. They go for greener pastures. No one tells them, hey, stay in your country and develop it. Stay here and do this, stay here and do that. No. If a doctor will be paid 3 times his wages in the United States, he will quickly jump at the offer. That's why you see them in Saudi Arabia, in the UAE, in many countries where wages are higher than Western countries. Why would anyone see this as a problem, that Nigerians are traveling abroad where they will earn higher wages than what they earn in Nigeria? That's if they even had a job in the first place. Are they also aware that the highest FDI that Nigeria earns annually comes from Nigerians living abroad? They remit more than $20 billion to Nigeria annually. Does that not contribute to development and job creation in Nigeria? Who call these people progressives? No, they are not progressives. They are destiny killers. How can anyone have a problem with someone earning higher wages? How can anyone have a problem with someone traveling abroad where he will earn better wages and live better life? So they intentionally create a prison environment in Nigeria to lock everyone in. They don't want people to develop. They don't want people to earn higher wages. One wonders what is going on in their mind, and Fashola is in on it. He also urged Nigerians to resist the urge to travel abroad. You can't create the enabling environment in Nigeria. They are suffocating the economy, suffocating everywhere. People are scrambling for one service that is not even available. And when people have the opportunity to travel where they will live a better life and earn better wages, they still want to stop them from going there. All the multinationals that left Nigeria the past year, they never invited any of their CEOs to ask them, what is the problem? What can the government do to stop people from leaving Nigeria? They never did that. And they wonder why everyone is interested in leaving the country, in seeking for greener pastures abroad. Nothing is working. Employment creators are packing their bags and leaving, and you are telling school leavers who are expected to get employment and start planning their lives early, you are telling them to sit around and do nothing. Why? In the 70s, school leavers had up to 3 different job opportunities when they were leaving school. They had to sit down and decide which one to take. Unlike today, when few job openings are published, thousands if not millions of people apply for them. There is practically nothing to do here. School leavers don't work in many of their professions. Many become vendors. How can someone, after spending 5 years in the university reading engineering, end up being a POS operator by the roadside? Are they thinking about all this? If you cannot create the enabling environment that will cause the economy to boom so as to be able to absorb millions of school leavers every year, then at least invest in world-class education so that Nigerian school leavers will be highly sought around the world. They can get employment from anywhere in the world. They will travel there and earn higher wages, which will inevitably be brought back to Nigeria, and in turn, Nigeria will benefit from the development that the billions of dollars repatriated to Nigeria will cause. It's a win-win for everyone. Look at India. They are the highest in the diaspora everywhere. They have professionals in all fields. Most of the tech companies in the world are managed by Indians, and they are better off for it. Most of them still move back to India and invest that money in productivity. The Indian government is not telling their people to stop traveling abroad to seek greener pastures. Rather, they are looking at the advantages. They are taking advantage of the benefits from the people living abroad. If you look at how the Indian economy has been transformed the past 2 decades alone, you will see where the knowledge came from. It came from the diaspora. In Nigeria, many people from abroad that came back to contribute their own quota to the development of the country, many among them have sad stories to tell. In fact, many among them have returned to where they came from because their environment is very hostile to development. These are the issues the government should be looking at fixing. When the environment is so hostile for your own people, not to talk of foreigners who came to invest in the country, that should tell you that your economy is going nowhere. All this fake patriotism, people that have in the past said that they don't believe in one Nigeria, they are the ones telling people now that they are not patriotic enough, as if there's a yardstick to measure patriotism. Do the right thing, but no, you want to lock everyone in here to suffer. You don't want people to live, to earn more money. There was a time in this country, in this Fourth Republic, in the early 2000s, in the mid-2000s, workers could save for a period not more than 2 years and they were able to afford an imported used car. Is that possible today? Absolutely not. They are killing the Nigerian economy without knowing it. Or maybe they are pretending they are not seeing all that is happening. They are only focused on IGR, any more revenues that they have nothing to show for it. To whom much is given, much is expected. They are earning more revenues, but instead of the money to be showing in the lives of Nigerians or in the economy, it is only showing in the lives of politicians. They keep renovating mansions with huge amounts of money that can build new mansions from scratch many times over. 5 billion naira for the vice president's mansion in Lagos. Does he live in Lagos? He lives in Abuja in a newly renovated 21 billion naira mansion. Is that not enough? They keep telling Nigerians to have patience that things will materialize in the nearest future, but they must actualize their worldly frivolities in the now, not later. The patience is never for them. It is only applicable to poor Nigerians. Where are we heading with this kind of mindset? You can't provide for Nigerians, you still want to prevent them from getting it for themselves. They've made it impossible for people to make it in Nigeria with all the devaluation of the naira, with all the increase in petrol price, with all the increase in taxes. They have suffocated everywhere. They still want to prevent people from going to a place where they will make it for themselves. Is that not witchcraft?